Hello, ladies, and welcome back. And I am so excited that you're here with me for another exciting episode. I love the topic of emotional intelligence. And so we're going to talk today about elevating ourselves out of guilt and shame. Life is challenging for everybody, and we try our best. But let's face it, if you were a mother or you were married, whether you had kids or not, building these relationships do not come with an instruction manual. And for most of us, we grew up in a generation, I know I did. And so if you're of my age, it was the don't ask, don't speak till you're spoken to. And so we never learned how to express our emotions. Obviously, parenting nowadays is very, very different, even from when we were raising our kids. Maybe the pendulum has swung too far the other way. At some point, we'll find our equilibrium, I hope. But I know for me, I made my fair share of mistakes in raising my kids, and I feel really, really bad about it. I've had the courage to apologize and ask their forgiveness because I never meant to hurt anybody. But as we talked about in the last episode of forgiving people who have hurt us, this week I want to talk about forgiving ourselves. Because when we done things that we feel guilty or carry shame about, sometimes when we're kids, adults or other people have done things to us and said to us, if you tell anybody about this, right, I'm going to tell them that you're lying. And what happens is we feel a lot of shame about this event that happened to us, not that we created it. And so, how is it that we can begin to heal these negative emotions, either that we feel about ourselves or because of the hurt that we've done to other people? Now, if we've hurt somebody and they're still alive and you can have a conversation with them, then it would be really empowering for both of you to have a conversation and let them know that you're sorry, that you never meant to hurt them. You really, really tried to do the best you could. And you're not making excuses now for what you did. And you understand their pain and you would like to work at healing their relationship. That is really, really powerful. And a lot of healing can happen just by saying those few words to somebody that you have hurt. But if somebody did something to you when you were younger and you're still hanging on to that shame, or maybe it's something you did to somebody else and you're feeling ashamed by what you had done, you can heal from those events and those emotions. I know it's really, really hard. And a lot of times when we're in those really, really low emotional spaces, we don't feel like we're deserving of forgiveness. That the pain is so powerful. And we're afraid of what's on the other side because we don't know what it looks like to be happy, to be carefree, to free of these negative emotions. We built our identity around them. But if it's not a healthy identity, it's time to let it go and to create a new, empowering identity. We're all worthy of that. And part of the human condition and being human is making mistakes. And the only time that making mistakes is not good is when you don't learn from it and grow from it. That is our job in this lifetime. And especially right now, with as cuckoo as the world is becoming, it's even more and more important that we work on ourselves and work on our interpersonal relationships so they can be the best versions that they can be. We really need to cling to our family right now, especially when there's crazy things going on in the world that is pulling us apart on all sides. So, what is it that we can do to strengthen ourselves and strengthen our families and to heal? So many people are suffering with depression and anxiety, and it's just out of control. Isolation. But these are choices whether to heal or to stay in those negative places. And it is no fun living in a place where you are not happy, where you don't feel any joy in life or very little by who you are, what you're doing, and the impact of the relationships you're having with other people. And if they are not getting you excited and helping you to wake up every day and looking forward to what the day is going to bring, it is time to heal. And I know for me, the trick in moving out of these lower level emotions was to move into gratitude. And I'm not saying this is an easy thing to do. And as I've talked about in other videos, that, we're hardwired for negativity. And so how is it that we can get from what is our normal state of being into one where we're in gratitude all the time? And it takes work, and it is not going to happen in an instant. But you have to make a decision that you are ready to grow and to move forward and to become empowered and grateful and live the most joyous life possible. Because when you start to move into joy or love and these higher level emotions, life happens. The magic that happens is incredible. I see miracles all the time. I expect miracles. And it's really also elevating my relationship with God. Because if I can be thankful for even the challenges, if I fall down the stairs a few steps, thank God I didn't break any bones, right? Thank God it was just a few stairs. We can always find blessings even in bad events that happen to us when we begin to change our perspective and allow ourselves to heal and to understand that I don't have to be that person I was 20, 30 years ago. I can be a new version of myself. And I choose to create a new reality. So the first step is starting to become aware of what is your negative self-talk and how often you're having that during the day. They call them ants, automatic negative thoughts. So I hope this word will stick with you. And every time you get one of those negative thoughts in your head, think of that little insect coming through, that negative thought. Because some people say we have tens of thousands of thoughts a day. But which are the ones that you're stopping and focusing on? And if it's all those negative thoughts, now it's the time to stop those, to catch them, and to reframe them into a more positive, empowering message. What comes out on the other side will blow you away. It's fun, it's exciting. You live your life in such an empowered way that you're happy with everything that comes to you and at you. So as I've said before, first, you need to become aware of what those negative thoughts are that are running through your mind. Secondly, I want you to write a list. I tell everybody 50 things that you're grateful for, and people go crazy with me. Well, I have 50 things. I can't think of 50 things. It's like, I'll give you 10 right now. You got eyes to see, you got a nose to smell, you have a mouth that you have teeth to chew, you have a taste buds that you can swallow, that you have ears to hear, that you don't even have to think about taking a breath or your heart beating. These things happen automatically for you. You have hands to hold people in. You have legs, you can walk. Feet, you can stand up. Go simple. And start to notice what is good in your life and what is around you. You have a roof over your head. You have furniture. You have a bed to sleep on. You have heating when it's cold, and you have air conditioning when it's hot. So why are you focusing on the ants? Start focusing on the good stuff. And whether you're a tech person and you want to write your list in your phone, or you're old school and you want to write it down by hand, I don't care how you do it, but have that list handy all the time. Because part of this training is catching yourself in those negative thoughts and then pulling out your list and immediately switching over to gratitude. Read 10 of those things off of your list, and you'll shift your mindset right away. And the more that you do that throughout the day, maybe at the beginning, you'll catch yourself once a week. But then it'll be twice a week, and then it'll be twice a day, and then it'll be 5 times a day. And slowly you're going to build this up to where you are 98% in gratitude and 2% of those negative thoughts, because you've made a choice to control your mindset. And choice is everything. So what is your choice going to be? So don't forget to go to my website at www.selfcare.cherylraymond.com and download my 127-page self-care journal. And until next week, have an awesome week, and I will see you soon.